The sun reached its golden fingers farther and further over the horizon, painting the world with colors that were warm and full of hope. In the made-up town of Salem, where the drama of everyday life spread like the petals of a flower, it was a day that carried a special significance. It was a day to rejoice, to be filled with happiness, and to create memories for the future. Chanel Dupree, who is a vivacious star on the long-running soap opera Days of Our Lives, celebrated her birthday on this day, which was her own particular spotlight. She was celebrating her birthday. Chanel awoke from her dream as the morning light made its way through the sheer curtains that were hanging in her bedroom. A smile tugged at the corners of her lips as she awoke. Today was her day, a day that she had anxiously anticipated with much of the same pleasure and anticipation that she had experienced in her fantasies when she was a youngster. With a graceful stretch, she flung back the blankets and let her feet to touch the chilly floor. She was prepared to embrace the enchantment that was waiting for her. Chanel was enticed to go to the kitchen, where she would find a nice surprise waiting for her. The smells of freshly made coffee, cinnamon, and sugar all swirled together, blending together to create a delightful aroma. The apartment had been converted into a colorful fantasy of balloons, streamers, and confetti by her roommate and confidant, Liam. The place was a kaleidoscope of hues that was fit for a queen. Happy birthday, Chanel! During the presentation of a tray filled with breakfast delicacies, Liam shouted, his eyes gleaming with a mischievous gleam. I hope your day is as fabulous as you are. Chanel felt the warmth of his devotion wrap around her like a warm blanket as she embraced her buddy, and her heart filled with appreciation as she did so. After accepting the tray with a chuckle, she proceeded to take a seat at the table, where she gazed in awe at the spread that was in front of her. In order to make her day even more memorable, every single detail had been meticulously prepared, from the fluffy pancakes that were garnished with fresh berries to the steaming mugs of coffee that were topped with foamy foam. During the course of their meal, Chanel and Liam engaged in a lively exchange of stories and laughs, reminiscing about previous birthdays and fantasizing about future excursions. Each and every event was a priceless jewel in the fabric of their friendship, from the recollections of their childhood, which included backyard parties and homemade cakes, to the more recent celebrations that were filled with music, dancing, and laughter. After she had finished her meal, Chanel's phone began to ring with a swarm of texts and notifications, each of which was a sincere birthday wish from friends, family, and fans from all around the world. She took a moment to react to each one with a smile on her face, feeling overwhelmed by the love and support that was all around her. Chanel made the decision to go for a stroll through Salem that would allow her to take in the sights and sounds of her cherished hometown. The sun was shining brightly in the morning, putting a warm glow over the city. Every nook and cranny, from the lively market square to the peaceful beaches of the river, held a treasure that was just waiting to be found. This treasure served as a constant reminder of the extraordinary beauty and wonder that surrounded her. Chanel found herself in the midst of a tornado of activity as the day progressed. Friends and coworkers alike bombarded her with gifts, cards, and good wishes. Chanel was overwhelmed by the outpouring of generosity. Every single moment was filled with laughter, love, and a sense of camaraderie that warmed Chanel's heart. This included everything from impromptu dance parties in the dressing room to emotional chats over cups of tea. The most memorable event of the day, however, was a surprise party that was organized by the cast and crew of the television show Days of Our Lives. As soon as Chanel went onto the set, she was met with screams and acclaim. Her eyes widened in amazement as she took in the vibrant decorations and the joyous environment that was present. Every aspect of Chanel's birthday celebration had been precisely arranged to guarantee that it would be a day that she would never forget, from the sparkling banners to the tempting spread of food and drinks. Chanel felt tears prickling at the corners of her eyes as she looked about at the smiling faces of her friends and coworkers. She was overcome by the outpouring of emotion that she had received. Chanel had the realization that she was precisely where she was supposed to be at that very time, when she was surrounded by the people she loved the most in the entire world. As the day drew to a close, and the final guests said their goodbyes, Chanel found herself pondering on the events that had transpired over the day with a sense of awe and thankfulness. She was aware that even though another year had passed, the best was yet to come. She knew that the future will be full of new experiences, new challenges, and new possibilities for her to share her talents with the rest of the world. Chanel blew out the candles on her birthday cake while making a silent wish as the audience exploded into cheers. She did this with a smile on her face and a song in her heart. And as Chanel closed her eyes and made her wish, she was aware that so long as she had the love and support of her family and friends, there was nothing that she could not do. This birthday was not just a celebration of another year that had passed for Chanel Dupree. Rather, it was a reminder of the splendor of life, the strength of love, and the enchantment of dreams. Chanel was aware that the best was still to come as she stepped out into the night, her heart bursting with happiness. She knew that the very best was yet to come.